So here we are getting ready for a turn of the year, going from 2014 to 2015. Are many of us ready to release this year?
Yes.
Some of those years we're just ready to get beyond it. And so this is one of the most precious ceremonies that we have in New Thought. And it's not just unity, because I know a lot of the other New Thought churches also do this ceremony. We release the old year and we welcome the new. And so it's a time of releasing our old thinking, our old attitudes that no longer serve us, and open ourselves to the renewed ways of being. That's why the burning bowl ceremony is so important to many of us who have attended them over the years. We welcome all who are new to this sacred experience. We hope that you enjoy it and understand the sacred meaning of this. Because tonight, or this afternoon, we celebrate a time when we open ourselves to the clarity of God's loving guidance and wisdom. The book of Psalms says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and right spirit within me." So we center ourselves in this time of sacred spiritual renewal. Our hearts are open to the loving presence of God, and so we join together in this wonderful time of ceremony. New Thought has very few ceremonies. So that's why this is so important, because it has such meaning to us. The ritual of itself has no meaning other than what we bring to it. And so I know you're all looking at the two little pieces of paper that we put in your bulletin. Does everybody have them? Make sure that ushers have them. You should have two, and they should be small. But I know you're going to say, I've got all this stuff I want to release. Let me tell you why they're small. Because I have a background in hypnotherapy, and Ms. Maria was saying she had another way of phrasing the very same thing. We have a little law called the law of dominant effect. It's the difference between a laser and a scattergun. Because if you try to I'm going to make all these changes, I'm going to release all this stuff, what happens to our mind, it overwhelms it. And we shut down. And you'll be lucky if one thing gets changed. Where if you focus just on one thing, or keep it as laser-like as possible, one idea, one feeling, one thing that you're really ready to let go of, you're really marshaling all of your energies and are really ready to let go of it. Now, one of the things, and I love the fact that we have our log burning outside, so we don't have to put smoke into our interior, and it's a lot safer. I know how many years I would write one thing. It happened to me 2 years in a row. I had one thing I wanted to release, and I put it, this time we were using candles, I put it in the candle, and I put it in the bowl, and I watched it burn all the way around what I was wanting to release, and never burned what I had to say. It happened, and next year, I wrote the same thing down. Same thing happened. So just to make sure that your release works, we've got a log burning out there. So we make sure that we're going to burn these things up.
I think there was a message there.
I know, I don't think I was ready to release whatever that was, but the third year, I stuck that sucker right in the middle of the flame, and my gosh, I got it burned up. So. The burning bowl ceremony is a symbolic way to cleanse our lives, to let go of anything that is not working for us and no longer serving us. The fire in the burning bowl is a symbol of transformation. It can take ideas, judgments, old hurts, blocks, fears, or whatever, and burn them. One thing you cannot burn is people. Do not put a person's name down. We're going to do a little meditation before you write it down. I know, if my mother would just change, let me just burn this about her. It doesn't work that way. This is about us. So we want to burn it for ourselves. And so this will release our personal power, freeing us up to work in our lives in a more constructive way. The first step to ask yourself is, what do you want to release from your life? And we're going to do a little meditation in just a minute. It could be a situation that keeps popping up in your life. It could be a time to move beyond it so we don't attract it anymore. Before you say, I didn't give you enough paper, just remember, we're going to be the laser on this, not the scattergun. With Spirit's help, be open to your guidance and release. After the meditation, you just use one piece of paper for this. Now, if you really have a long run-on sentence and want to put it on the back, that's okay. You know, you're only going to put it, but keep it as focused as you possibly can. And when we go outside, let each person, don't just rush to the bowl and put yours in. Give the person in front of you a moment to stand there and watch it burn. And what we'll do is, when you are ready at any time, just walk outside. And keep the second piece of paper, because we're going to do something with that too when we return. Do I have any questions? I think we have a lot of people who are experienced here, but just we want to hold the silence and we want to hold sacred space. So put a little meditation here. Oh, that's so good. Let's close our eyes and take a moment and just relax into the peace and the calm. Take a breath. And as you exhale, just rest there a moment. We are ready to shift our energy from the year 2014 to 2015. With our hearts and minds open to divine guidance and wisdom, let your mind review this past year. As you recall the important happenings of this past year, explore your feelings and attitudes that keep arising within you. Does something keep coming up? A belief about yourself? A belief about others that makes you uncomfortable? A belief that interrupts the peace and harmony that you would have in your life? What is it that will no longer serve you? Go into the silence. Let your intuition, let your divine guidance speak to you. And when you're ready, write down on the slip of paper what you are ready to make the commitment to release. And let's hold the sacred silence in the room as we let each person have their time and space to listen to Spirit. And so it is.
I release and I let go, and I trust the love and life will fill my soul. When I'm coming to an end, I know it's a new beginning. So I